right, let's get to Facebook now. Holding a big developers event today, Mark Zuckerberg explaining the company's push towards the metaverse. In fact, they just renamed the company. The new name is Meta, the new ticker MVRS, and some new information from Mark Zuckerberg himself. Joining us now is The Verge senior reporter Alex Heath. Alex, what can you tell us?
Yeah, so I talked to Mark Zuckerberg this week about this rebrand and some important distinctions. This is the parent company. This is the company that owns Instagram, WhatsApp, Oculus, is now Meta. And there have been some rumors about him potentially changing his role at the company. He's CEO and chairman, the controlling shareholder. He told me he has no intention of changing his position. I even asked him, in 5 years' time, do you still see yourself being CEO and chairman? And he said, probably.
He said probably. That's not a definitive yes. I mean, did you pick anything else up just kind of in the way that discussion went?
Yeah, he said that part of this was kind of trying, he used the word awkward, trying to get away from the awkwardness that existed with having the Facebook name be above Instagram and WhatsApp, which have pretty strong identities. I would venture to say that most people around the world probably don't even know that Facebook owns WhatsApp, for example. And really, this metaverse stuff is what he's spending his time on and what they're putting money in. We just saw on earnings the other day that they're going to be spending at least $10 billion on this stuff this year alone. So this really for him was more about, he told me, kind of solidifying the direction they're going in. And, I asked him, like, are you trying to evade a lot of, or at least distance yourself from a lot of the brand baggage that exists with Facebook today? And he said, no. He said, if I kind of was pretty introspective about it. And if I felt like in my heart that I was kind of running away from something versus running towards something, I wouldn't do this.
Alex, it's Dom. In your conversations, what sense did you get from Mark Zuckerberg about what his life would be like running Facebook in the coming years? Do you feel as though this is a crossroads, a transition stage for him with this kind of Meta rebranding? If so, what does it look like in the coming years? Is Zuckerberg still the guy at Metaverse?
For the foreseeable future, he told me he's very excited about this stuff, and I know it's where he spends most of his time. Look, there's going to be analogies drawn here to 2015 when Google created the Alphabet holding company and the founders, Larry and Sergey, stepped aside. That's not what's happening here. Mark is going to stay in control of everything, and he's deeply, like I said, involved in this futuristic VR, AR stuff. And so if anything, I think this just further signals that he's really turning his attention away from the core products that make Facebook the money that it is today. He's a long-term thinker. He thinks in decades, and he thinks that in a decade, this metaverse work will be what Facebook is known for.
Alex, you also asked him about sort of who this was intended for, who its audience would be, because I think a lot of us look at this and go, look, this looks like a product that teenage boys would love. What was his answer?
Yeah, so Facebook is also grappling with this kind of existential crisis where they're losing young people, and young people are even engaging less on Instagram. And I asked him, I was like, look, Roblox, Fortnite, they're incredibly popular with teenagers, preteens even. Is part of this trying to also stay relevant and cool for young people? And he said, that's not the main reason, but it's certainly, I think, in his mind, going to help. He's telling all his product teams throughout the company to focus exclusively on young adults now for the family of apps, the Facebook as we know it today, and Instagram. But yeah, that's definitely connected to this.
Yeah, well, Alex, thanks for joining us, bringing us the highlights of that discussion that you had. And I sort of try to more fully explain some of the motivating factors here. We really appreciate it.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.